What's up guys, this is Brent with Western Equipment, and in this video I'm going to be showing you all about the Stihl GTA 26. So to start, let's talk about what the GTA 26 is, which is going to be a handheld mini chainsaw and pruner. So as we see here, we've got the chainsaw unit, we have our scabbard here on the bar. So what we're gonna have here is a 4-inch bar on this pruner with a safety here. Now this bar and chain is removable. If we go in right here on the side, we can simply loosen this up to gain access to the bar and chain there. And as you can see, I've already used this, tested it out. It's great. I'm about to show you guys the battery life of this unit and show you just exactly how to use it on this tree behind me that clearly needs some trimming up. But right there, we can get easy access to the bar and chain, able to take that off and change it. Then we can go right back on here with the cover. And like I said, we do have this safety here that is going to help with some guarding of that chain so that you don't get your fingers and stuff caught up in that. That is going to flip up for whenever you are cutting into those larger pieces. Now also here on the side, you are going to have an LED display for whenever you put in the battery. It is going to show you the battery life that's left here on your machine. Then we're going to have our trigger here that is locked out until we push down one of our safety triggers. You have one on this side and also one on this side, so whichever feels better in your hand, or whether you're left or right-handed, you have that on either side. So when we push that down, then we're able to activate that trigger, and as soon as we let off the trigger, it will lock it back out. So we have to push this down on one side or the other to be able to pull the trigger, and then that trigger will stay in place and going until we let off. Then that safety switch will come up. You're also going to have rubber grips on this thing, on this machine, to make it a lot more comfortable. We have one here on the top if you need to use both hands to stabilize, and then we're gonna have rubber grips all down the handle here. Now this is gonna be a very light tool. It's about 3 pounds here in the hand, and then it adds a little bit whenever we add on our battery here, which I'm getting out of this nice carrying case that this comes in. As you can see, it's got slots here for the machine itself to go into. You've got a couple of extra storage pouches here. It's going to come with your charger and with your AS2 battery. Now the AS2 battery is going to be a 10.8 volt battery. It's going to give you about 2.1 amp hours. And on the GTA 26, you should get about 25 minutes of runtime. But what we're going to do is see how many cuts we can get out of this battery on this tree back here that I need to trim up. So I'm going to go ahead and lock that battery into place. It just simply slides and then clicks in. If we want to remove that, we've got 2 buttons here on the side. So very easy to do. And then also within our kit here, we are going to have a little bit of multi-bio oil here. Now this is going to be our chain lubrication because we do not have a chain oil reservoir on this machine. So what we would do is we would want to start out by putting just a little bit of oil all the way around the chain here every time before we get to cutting. And then we want to go ahead and be very careful but rotate this chain by hand. That way we can get that oil down and into the chain. And on the bar here, may come around to the back side too and put a little bit on, and then just roll that chain. And then next we want to go ahead and check our battery life there by pushing the button. And as we can see, we do have full battery here. This battery's been charging overnight, so we're good to go. So we're going to move over here to this tree, see just how many cuts we can get. All right guys, so I'm just going to get on in here, start cutting with this first branch. So pretty easy. I know that was hard to see, but this is kind of what we're working with here, about 1 and 1.5 inch branches. Very easy here at the bottom. And I'm just going to keep going here, and that's 1. So there was 2 branches in one there, about 3 inches thick all the way. And this is a very alive tree. It's had lots of rain here so far. So this is not the dead wood that a lot of times we end up cutting here. This is going to be a very live tree that we're working on. All right, so we've got about 12 cuts in. Really easy. I'm really enjoying the way this works. Not running into any problems. It's cutting really good, going through whether it's the thicker branches, the smaller branches. Most things we're working on here pretty small, but as of right now, guys, great use. I'm 12 cuts in, still full battery. It's a great little tool. All right, so we've got all the pruning done here as far as getting the branches off. Now I'm gonna work in a little closer here on these nubs and try to clean these up and try to put this thing a little bit more to the test here. So we'll go ahead and get in a little closer here and just see how well we can do on getting into some of these larger pieces. Pretty good chunk there, not much resistance at all, so that is great. All right, so to be honest, I've completely lost count of how many cuts we've gone. I was having so much fun getting into this deal. I've actually got one more guy here that I need to go ahead and zip off. So I'll go back, do a little count here, count them up, and put the number of cuts we got right up here. So this is how many cuts we got, and as of right now, I do have 3 bars of battery left. So now, just to see what kind of runtime we would get out of this thing, I know there's going to be no resistance, but I'm just going to go ahead and hold down on the trigger here, see how many minutes we get out of this. If the timing is right, you know, about a quarter of the time is we should get about 18 minutes or so out of this. So I'm just going to sit here, we'll hold this down, we'll speed it up and see just how many minutes we get out of it. I'm going to go ahead and start a timer here, and we'll go now. All right, so I'm gonna stop there. That's been 6 minutes just to see kind of where our battery life, how it holds up. You know, we talked about we had 3/4 of a battery left, so that should have been about 18 minutes left. If we went 6 here, we should have 2 batteries left. But right there, guys, we are down to 1. So 6 minutes in, after the number of cuts we just talked about, we're gonna go ahead and see how much longer this will go on that 1 bar of battery. So we'll go ahead and start that back up right now. Oh, flashing light, it stopped on me. All right, we are completely dead there. So right there, guys, we're at 11 minutes and 36 seconds, if you can see that. 11 minutes and 36 seconds after going through the cuts we just did. Now, a few things I'd say overall on reviewing this machine. The weight is great, it's good and distributed there, so whenever you're holding this, it's very comfortable. These rubber grips make it very comfortable. The weight of the battery plus the weight of the head, like I said, makes it very balanced, so it's not like you're struggling to keep it up or down. It's very versatile at whichever angle that you would need to have this at to cut, you can easily do so. Now, one thing too about this is that I did notice is if you're going into a really thick portion of a branch and you push a little too hard, it will start to stall out. So you really need to keep in mind of letting the saw here do the cutting. So whenever we're using this, we're cutting through those branches, let the saw do its job and cut through that wood. You do not have to press hard. It will go ahead and make its way through. The other thing that I noticed too while holding this and running it is that, of course, this is a brushless motor inside here, and so it does have vents. So you need to be careful of these vents right here and right here, making sure that we're not blocking those, as that's where that air is coming out to keep the machine cool. And then right here, we want to make sure that we're keeping this vent clean as well, because this is where the air is coming in to help cool off that motor. So make sure that we're doing those things whenever we're using this machine. Overall, guys, great handy little tool. Not only would I say it's be good for trimming trees like we just did here, but also any type of bushes. Maybe if you're that farmer or rancher and you have to deal with certain types of weeds like we do here in Western Oklahoma, the musk thistle to be specific, where we know we have to cut those off instead of just plowing them up or shredding them. We need to get those cut off and taken out of the field. This would be a great tool to carry around with you to do that. If you are that landscaper or just that homeowner that is going to have a lot of pruning to do with those bushes and trees you just saw here, how nice of a tool that is. It's very compact, comes in that carrying case you could easily throw in your pickup, your car, whatever you're using there, or if you're that farmer or rancher, be able to throw it in the truck. But guys, very great tool, nice little handy tool to keep around. I would highly suggest if you have a lot of trees, bushes, things that you're needing to cut down, do it quick, compact, and quietly, to definitely look into one of these GTA 26s. But guys, I hope you liked this video. I hope this helped you out. If you have any other questions, make sure to leave those down in the comments section below. Also, like I said, if you like this video, we'd ask that you'd hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you need any parts for your John Deere equipment, make sure to go check us out at 247parts.com. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Hey guys, make sure to check out this cool video and this one. Buy your parts right up here and subscribe right here.